2 vehicles to the garage for maintenance and overhauling. It was under the control of the garage owner. So it was no longer under the control of UDP. It's not that the vehicle was here in my premises here and taken away. Then we'll be asked. It's under UDP's control. But this is absolutely under the control of the mechanic in charge. So the mechanic, and let me say the mechanic himself was shocked because what he told me is that, they had finished with the mechanical work. So it was the electrical work, and probably this was the electrician who took the vehicle, maybe even unbeknown to the mechanic. So no one can blame UDP for really not exercising control, for being negligent. What you said, I agree with you, Papa, I agree with you. You see, it's a strategy, it's all part of their ploy to make sure that our vehicles are grounded so that we cannot go on our political activities the way we want to with the aid of our vehicles. That is why they want to plant on Mount Sabali so that the vehicles 2021 can be grounded. That's why they want to Karafa so that his vehicle can be grounded. Ibrahim Adiba, myself. That is deployed. That is all deployed. And I'm not sure, I think the lawyers will have to argue that, I'm not sure whether the vehicle can be used as an exhibit. I have not seen any vehicle being used as an exhibit. When they arrested the government vehicles, people carrying cannabis in the government vehicles, the cannabis was what was used as exhibits. They never used the vehicles as exhibits. Maybe they might try it this time, first time. You never know. It could be, you never know, they probably might want to do it this time. Yeah.
Second question is from a lady, eh?
Thank you very much. My name is Fat Kamara Jr. I work with the FATU network. When you were mentioning the facts, you made mention that the police should have searched the vehicle before getting the guy to their own vehicle. And then, yes, that is what you mentioned. So I was asking, are you concluding that maybe the police, it's just a question, maybe the police have a hand in this? Or in fact, maybe the mechanic that you give the vehicles to also have a hand in this? Because you really mentioned that if at all this is something that is really a straightforward or that is something that is carried in a professional manner, the police should have searched the vehicle instantly instead of taking the guy in their vehicle and leaving this one behind, in fact, taking the key with them. So is there anything you're trying to tell us there? Thank you very much. This is a question I have.
Well, I have told you those facts so that, I don't want to draw any conclusions. I want the people, the reasonable people, to draw their own conclusion. Was it right for them to get this gentleman off the vehicle, put him in the police vehicle, and they take charge of the police vehicle, of the UDP vehicle, and drive it to Bundung Station? And in the light of what I have told you, that the intelligence report we had, that myself, Sabali, Diba, Sonko, Honorable Saho, Yakumba, we should be careful because it's intended to plant drugs on us. I mean, what could a reasonable person conclude? This was planted. This was planted. Why did you let the man out of his vehicle? He should have driven with him in his vehicle. Go to him and conduct, if you don't it on the spot, on arriving at the police station, conduct the side there in his presence. That's what should have been. But I leave it to you people to draw your conclusions from it. Yeah.
The third question goes to a lady also.
Assalamu alaikum, Honorable Malafla Kanyim Foni Manika Kangala. Actually, I have two questions. The first one is for Kabrinyin Kuo Ketafobi, Nigella Ko. Oh, okay. Ntome Aisatu Quality, and I work with Gambian Talents TV. Yes, na first question of kalamintu wala nyintu ko. Na jere ko kabri nyinku keta hanim bi mo diamo siata social media ending hanina communities also iba fo kanne. Sign the first stand mina be kala to last stand nana ta police investigation or karo bari na ne ko hani sign abita kana mamba whether it's going to be negative or positive. Mina be kala particular stand. And the other question is na ne fanako police ni kanyi kabri ni operational start min kata zero crime fenko nyinti operation ni kabra commencé ta na jere ko ni be fengol publish la e kamin publish wala nyinti ko ye fengol minu mutamol bulo kono e ko le publish pour mol yaaje bari na jere ko this time around ye patio ni na mutol ta ya publish minata fatol yamna ko it has something behind it for yaki jelo ko atola activities so alba min ke kan asiatale so il after call silent le janding 2021 election.
Baraka bake ila nyinin kar follow about police all police all investigation. Member kalan law nyati jeto. Well, whatever depend la ila conclusion ole kam. So konga memfo nga yilla memma o nga menji ko nga menyanta kela. Olon polisolu ibela do ko kela nyamale ite fasar kala jeto to nya damma e bole fasala jeto menjata weke wefo ko nga fo nyame kese saba ko kulu saba e doy sobita kafo ko abata cannabis lebara fo kesolo fo cannabis kesol lomba fo nyo kesol lomba fo mun kesol lomba mo malong ya wa bare e bafo kanyame e kamera kafo ko motobe farin ne motobe farin jambalale eda hani men safe kayto fanto itale men safe kayto e ko 3 rap saba wala safe kayto bare kafo nyame e kamera kafo ko mbama de tono le tatata ni moto kono bare moto ni la nyini kar fulanjang moto ni me yadna yada isinyi lon kafo ko e be politiko le la amanke femfinata amanke political yaji ke kavo ko nyine be UDP toti nyanola nyine be UDP la darajo nyine ba jindila wala yatinna ye kuke de mandal la menkela e kamotol ni articles of crime ke mutajane e kamotol ni cannabis mutajane badi kamotol natal ko même fo ye mel muta ye fengal mel muta e kol damane fenke bar niaje e be nyinke kan e ko be political la pour UDP ka totinya ka UDP darajo dindi adun ko ngam men fo yama ko nyilo isata yati nyaawo nyama ya jaw yandi nyaawo nyama wata kala wata kala ka ko UDP UDP responsible ala nganyem fo but in fact ila en question de ansa wolung la wasuto na dinding kende or at least ngamera na dinding kende. But unfortunately, by the political I wouldn't spare things. Musa Suso at the station of the Olu that night on this matter. So in a machination, they started right there. Musa Suso at Law Benna, they cannot deny it. Police officers were there, they cannot deny it. Why would he go there? At Nganinjele, Kava Kone UDP incidents katado, NPP la mo kumal, ekata police. It happened with Yakumba, Fenke Tata, Seumbala Tata. What does happen? To give it a political coloration. But in nothing that this is a good weapon in their fight against UDP politically. So, Motola Natalo Nying, foka UDP to see the mall that Romobe Bafla UDP. Dol ba nyim mafola, dol ba jaw mafola. Bara nyim mafola lu, wala sata jaw mafola. I can tell you that.
Yes, gentlemen.
Considering the fact that UDP, to my personal opinion, is not only a democratic party but noble and professional, do we have a mechanism already set or stationed to avoid a situation of this nature in the near future?
In fact, even before this incident happened, I was approached by professional, well, this gentleman is also a professional mechanic, but established garage owners to discuss with me the handling and maintenance of our vehicles. In fact, on Thursday, I spoke to one of them, and my appointment with him today is at 11 o'clock. I don't know whether he's outside waiting. Upon what thing is today. So we see and discuss these things. And I've also been contacted by another well-established garage so that we discuss these issues manufacturing of our vehicles. My personal vehicle goes to that particular garage for maintenance. But this is a party vehicle. I didn't want to take a decision on that without really consulting with the relevant people in the party who could reach at that decision. But certainly, we are taking that measure, to ensure that nothing happens like that in the future. But again, you can only take that such measures when you take the vehicles to a garage for maintenance. You park your vehicle like in an area or in a home where there are several tenants. Where there are several tenants, what precautions? Because it's sometimes difficult. Because other tenants in the place would go in and out, and other people come in and out on the pretext of visiting other tenants in the place. So all that we have to do is just to be vigilant and extra careful. And I think this is a wake-up call for all of us.
Any lady want to ask a question? Yes. We have to balance here.
My name is Binta Jallo, and I work for iAfrica TV. My first question is, who do you think is responsible for what is happening right now to the party? What they wrote yesterday on social media saying that suspected cannabis were found in the vehicle, and you said it wasn't, like you said. So how is this? Because it's contradicting. Thank you.
Well, no, I think the contradictions, I'm not sure. They have put forward their version. We have put forward our version. And certainly we believe in the credibility of our version. That is why we have gone to the extent of naming officers that are present, and gone to the extent of saying how the operation went about. So if there are contradictions, we leave it to people with unbiased minds to really reach a conclusion. And who should point at the person or at the individuals who is responsible. But what I just want to say is that you can spin, can do everything, but UDP is not in this at all for this. Government vehicles, why is the government not held responsible? That government was trafficking in drugs because their vehicle was used. In fact, in those cases, by their employees. And in our case, in this particular, the person is not our employee. We didn't even take the vehicle to him. We took the vehicle to Mr. Darboe and to drive that vehicle. That is not even the case with us. Or institutions in the past whose employees we have found.
Yes, it's Fat Kamara again. The question I have is, seeing UDP against you, do you think this would affect UDP's stand in trying to criticize the government in any drug case or any drug issue? Thank you. That's my question. In the mayor issue.
Thank you. I think that's what that is what will be their conclusion. These things were planted. That would be a conclusion. And the two are incomparable. You see, the cocaine has an international dimension. It has an international dimension, and its destructive nature is far worse than to sell, to destroy not only the lives of people in the Gambia, but in other parts of the world. And since the interception of that cocaine, those drugs, nothing serious has been done to prosecute it. And then you start questioning, how did Mr. Banta Keita, how did he escape? With a vigilante to gather this Council Boriture at the TRRC that this quantity of drugs, those type of drugs, cannot come into any country without the government knowing any unprepared. They would have done all the things they need to do, get the necessary contacts, and then bring the drugs in. That cannot have the intelligence operatives in this country could not have been traced. They should have. So to really compare that with this what they call tree wraps, I think people who are really, it's not going to affect the popularity of the United Democratic Party. It's not going to affect the chances of the United Democratic Party. They wish it could, but it's not going to, because the guy told you, why would Musa Suso go to the go there, go to the police? Why? Deputy Governor of West Coast Region, a few days ago you saw him organizing former APRC NAMs to join, and then to make sure that Barrow is elected. So for him and others like him, anything that will diminish UDP's chances would be their mission. So, but we are not bothered. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. My name is Sankola Janko. I work for WADR and DW. Yes, sir. Sir, looking at after listening to your genesis, seems like it is to the car. I just want to hear it from you officially. Do you think it is against UDP?
You see, as I say, I do not want to make it. Really, in the first place, at that hour, why would anybody use that vehicle? Why not another vehicle in the garage? Why that vehicle? Why not another vehicle in the garage? Unbiased and professional. So we want to wait for the outcome of the investigation. And of course, if it goes beyond the investigation, then we can go with our party. Yeah.
Mr. Sonko?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Darboe. UDP masimal bebulu, UDP motol bebulu. Itla yamaro bekele mineti o mol kan bayar ni umusonyo natna naka audio bula ka celebrate nyun ko nyunta ka celebrate UDP atula lo ka bekele mineti o kodo.
Mbesa ka hakiltuoti. Kanak hakiltuoti damang par hanibe mel bulan la ni melong ko loi mansong moya muta. Wada zi haklo to motorcycle walta sono ya ba mo la motorcycle fana tarado pour ka ko ke wala be kole yala o ko la fana fente motorcycle wal bala me yala ka ko si fen sekiage bala jeto pour asi nukun mota jala wasi kole ya barakata nyawonya hakil tuwal tuta motolu be nyantale ngang haklo to kadu ko men kata ten asikeno na motol la no for police olombang for kadu ko joint operation lomo for police olombang for immigration olombang for SAS lombang for soldier olombang malong bar aketa security sector dokula te ngamira ila nyaton ko lu yalo ko moyle wato etel nyantale maybe nyanta menkela isa ke man la fi fanan ka ajay lota kala ala do kudla kan moma yalon ka ko de kudla abwa ke kan wala tola we are sanction outfits as it belongs to the actions of the delinquent or that delinquent of London pass very heavily but not in moment really and tem fambatan la wala koda yeah.
Thank you very much. I am Keba Ansumane. I'm a free. If this incident happens to be politically motivated, will you be disappointed by the actions of the police? And also, are there efforts to recover the vehicle that has been impounded and at Bundung? You did mention here earlier that usually when the police, apprehend suspects, they screen them. I mean, are you also disappointed with this issue? And what is going to be your final advice to them? Because we are in a the democratic process, towards the electionary. Thank you very much.
Well, first question, whether this is in an election year, whether this is not going to be better. Yes. No. If it is if desperate people take to desperate actions in order to survive, so really I wouldn't be disappointed. Although I'd hope that it will remain shameful. Yeah? But I want to also action that will make the Gambian people and all reasonable person to despise those who are behind these very scandalous efforts to demonize and put UDP in bad light. It makes people despise them. Most of that political party will definitely despise such a move because people want to have free and fair elections. And to have a free and fair election. Well, no, I mean, you said the police we are just showing the vehicle. Will put together a team of lawyers to be on the standby for us and in social media, whether it was the police that actually took photograph of the vehicle and put it either on the social media or at least I saw it on Standard or on Standard newspaper. It could very well be the reporter of Standard newspaper who went to the police station, took a snap of the vehicle and for putting out the image, the photograph of the vehicle in any media outlet, be it NPP. It was the NPP people who really, the Mbaro media, it was them who.
Good afternoon. I'm Bakari Kamara from Kamaraba Official. And Mbetala Manika Kaun. Katung, I am all male affect kana lono, waraiti kana lono. Ni la pati utokiano. Mine bekila kumoti be mimi bondilende mimi bambana. Momundi mbenyi lamwela for UDP Nkolomba. Mimi tekila UDP Nkoti. Asi senema kafuko asa hakilo loring Bundu police station order. And understand ko certain amount of drugs maybe ni tarta moto kono wala sa tinna ay lono je bar comme yafu nyami tay ke so damane atinna ferol be kerni ban kallam moto bondi je ban sabanjaw milliard lonko al yalla motol samba je fo alla moto be ni muya fo mi lafta pour ñi senen abaraka
Okay, kokamol haklo sabatindi nan simen fono dan wala UDP Nkolu albala do ko menna al continue ko do ko kedam wala nam ko modin simen fole ya al signul lam fanan ka fuko khanatra allora ko ye drogolu ya ye boto tang yole star nyamoto kono woto sen dabut hanibide ibe komo lela bari la komo ni ma ye muta jeto follow komo ni ka ko fu senda fast lo fa lola you know and yemem about the quantity of the drug me nga fole kon lafta kambe na team of lawyers put la together wollu lebo jube la ka dum malla fi kuma fo janto me yalon ka ko ni na lawyer la ko manta ke clinton now ko na moto be mel bulu fo ke samba kiti wala well wo lawyer le ba fo no la nya fo sila bem bulu le against them ka du kon tabla ka ko be samba la kiti wala wo ya really buba dabo nyama par buba dabo ma moto nya ma samba fo me moto nya samba fo buba bentel advice la wala natra anyanta sita kiti wala ban han natra fana sitano kiti wala le adoba te ben yon e manya na focus da on something else la than ning you know so but a baby depend on the lawyers nel ben advice la men
gentleman.
Morning or afternoon. I'm Mahmoud Koli, Paradise TV. What I want to ask is, has the UDP set an eye, like physical cannabis seed, but cannabis? And to clear the air, the picture that you've been saying that it's circulating, it's clearly here on the police Facebook page. Yet the drug, is it the weed or the weed seed? Because it has been said that it's 3 bundles of cannabis according to social media reports. So can you just clarify that one?
Well, according to social media reports, you know, that is their version. And according to the police, they say, is that official police page? Is that police-o?
Yes,
police-o? And what I saw written, you think the police will write that? UDP has been charged to court, pleaded not guilty. Is that what? No. But what was?
suspected cannabis.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to know if it's actually the cannabis, have the UDP seen the cannabis or cannabis seed?
Well. I'm not sure whether when the definition of cannabis, whether it's just limited to the leaves, or it even covers the roots and the seeds. Yeah? I'm not sure whether it's just these are legal things that we want to leave. We want to leave to our lawyer. But I have stated that our people were with them step to step after step. At the Bundu police station. Seeds. That was what discovered. If seeds were not discovered, and we wanted just to make the gentleman look good, we said nothing was discovered. But the truth is that is what, and the gentleman even protested that, look, he did not put it there. They cannot put it on. He protested. And Maki Jeto, Tombi Atele Jeto. He protested. And then you go on the back seat, trying to see what is at the back seat. Probably, no, we have to find the stuff. Probably know where to find the stuff. Madam, can we give the other gentleman a chance, and then you'll come on.
Pamuru Boyang.
Ka yinin karo ke ning mandinga kangola puruna audience. Ngalo ne sanji mo anin fula Mr. Darboe. Nyimbanko security used tale against innocent people in so many areas. Motokono. Watu minantenga nyimmo inkijo ya mfara because aketan fe kupang woso mobe amambo police PRO bulu. But about one immigration officer lebuli ka for me Aisatu Sise. Yo andung kabiri nyimman sakunda nata ku follow ye minfonung even when more baby coalition the world security sector reformed. But the security sector reform mantra kekan because natra ketanu tondung nyimusundingo miye kankularoke directly ate afonyami anatoli afonyami manke kilinti ate afonyami aye so ndela fra millonna ngalo ne ko ni UDP la man sakundale bije ibe nyinko address la le but UDP is the main opposition party sa nyingna irresponsibility ay minketeng as a police officer ha wala mun nanjinin karo
nga memfo walong ni officer ni malong abe formation jumalto bare ala head wayalo ko mol moyle so alimbe nga si nga jube ala head of department be mun disciplinary action letala against her ningo fe nin sita fotil tanyong dan watumo sinana juwe menyanta kala bari ngam yalla man la ko nyilu nyin koñing naja ya tate ba hawla ilafta mol la nyinandila ko yam foten lack of security membe banko kan ilafta mol la nyinande wala feng la ni mobe diam kamansa konko akonya ko na janto jiti janto kuranti janto kandiya be mol fala ilafta mol nyinandila wala kafo ko UDP bari ilo kata kol be abe ko la zero ti kadi to item gambian kolu kunin talisai yalo na kafo ko mote I haklo nyami nola ke haklo bondi kuka memu itala everyday problem motive yama ni ko fana ko be UDP di register la well elections act mem fo mbita wala ibe dal la ko wol di la de dal la ko yo ibole di la adun ngaji ko dali lo mekalament wala nyimme ko ke UDP la abula la bang ngole jike so the registration nin lo as an independent candidate nin lo as an independent candidate o UDP melbe from Koina to Kato e be abula na Usain Dawul Noma
Good afternoon. My name is Pausman Darboe, Kibaro newspaper from the United States. My question is about here on the social media. She was like very happy and jubilant. And it could be possible that I stand to be corrected. But it could be possible that it's not a supporter of the United Democratic Party. Don't you think that about Musa Suso organizing the former members of the National Assembly, APRC, to join together in force to support the borough, the NPP? What is your stand, the UDP stand, on the issue of Musa Suso occupying a public office when he has already been convicted of drug peddling?
Well, the lady who identified herself as Aisat Sise, as I've said, the Director General of Immigration, because he's alleged to be part of that security outfit, has heard her statements, has seen and heard how relish she was in making that statement. Very happy, very jubilant. Really betraying her lack of professionalism. Now it is left to the Director General of Immigration to really take the appropriate action, whether such individuals, such delinquent persons who are dragging the reputation of that department into the gutters, whether it should be retained in that office, showing political bias for security. So anyone who belongs to UDP and comes into contact with that lady on a security-related matter, you can be sure that we will not get any fair treatment. You can be sure of that. So it's left for the Director General. And we are not going to say anything until, as I've told Mr. Boja, until after 10 days. We see what action has been taken. Now, for Mr. Suso, I think I want to be very generous to him. I think when he last had his sentence, it's more than 5 years, and I think more than 5 or 10 years. So I believe even as a member of National Assembly, probably he could contest. I'm not too sure, but I think so, because of the lapse of time, But the cardinal thing as far as he's concerned is that he is holder of a public office, an official office, a deputy governor, responsible for the biggest region in this country with diverse political persuasions. So he should not be seen to be really advocating for the election of any political leader or the re-election of Adama Barrow. At the Public Service Commission, I think, should really take the appropriate step. And I believe the chairman of the Public Service Commission is a very principled person, very decent, very honest. Anything really tainting the integrity and the image of the public service, I think he'll do something about it. So we leave again, we throw the ball into their court. For the lady, we throw the ball into the court of the Director General, and for Mr. Suso, we throw the ball into the.
We'll have the last question.
It's Fat Kamara Jr. again, Fatu Network. I want to make a follow-up of what Honorable Darboe said. You made mention that in the past we have ambulances and security vehicles, that is the army vehicles, being used to convey drugs. Can you cite any example of that? And the other question I have is, did you receive any letter, like official letter from the IGP or Drug Enforcement Agency with regards to this issue right now? Thank you very much. Those are the two questions.
Well, I don't know when I say Madam Fat Kamara Jr., I don't know whose Junior Fat Kamara you are, you know. But your boss. Oh, well, that's why, you know. You say you are too young to know these things. You know, I mean, I did not have to get a letter from any security agency, whether drug law enforcement or the Inspector General of Police. These things were published in the papers here. Everybody knows them. Published in the papers, and people are prosecuted and convicted. So it's not a question of trying to say something, you know, because it pleases me. But this is factual, and probably if you talk to Fatu Kamara Senior, she'll tell you that this had happened here in the past. Ambulances, I mean, using the siren. It's not a made-up story. People here, much older, they know this. Well, you know, they are so long at the time that, but I know that ambulances have been used, and nobody can dispute that. Army trucks have been used, nobody can dispute that. You know, government vehicles have been used, nobody can dispute that. You know, if you are to go to in the archives, you will see them. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, I really think I should thank you. The party leader has given you 1.5 hours of the Monday, which is a very busy day. And like I said also, we will be having regular interaction with the press. We believe in absolute transparency. We are accountable to the Gambian people as a political party. And whenever events and issues arise where we need to give our version of those events, we will come out and, you know, in a no-holds-barred way. There is no filter, there is no editing. Usainu Darboe will answer your questions directly, one-on-one. It's not that some spokesperson will come and read a statement. So really, we want to thank you profoundly that the next series of press briefings will be specifically on the party's agenda for 2021. Each and every policy area that we have been working on over these last 3-4 months will be the subject of discussion. So we want you also as our partners, the media, to come prepared to do the necessary research so that we would feel that the work we are doing, we are not doing it just for our own edification. Presidential candidate of the UDP in clarifying